Hey, awesome ones, I'm Heather.
And I'm Bill.
And if you're like us, your kind of vacation, resort ideas, they're not happening in the summer of 2020.
For
so
sure.
What we decided to do was we wanted to do 5 ideas that would make your backyard a little bit more resort style, and they don't call this channel Inspiration for nothing, right? So we really thought about this. It all starts in just a few seconds. So you've heard the word staycation, and I think it really applies to the summer of 2020. A lot of us, we need to stay at home. And, well, before we downsized, we always had a pool, right?
Yeah, it was one thing Heather always liked to have was a pool.
But with this house, no pool.
Not enough room for that.
So what was my great idea that I've been asking for the last little while?
A little kiddie pool.
I wanted a kiddie pool. I wanted a little kiddie pool to kind of just, I don't know, cool down. And you thought it was the dumbest idea, and now what?
I'm probably the one, I am the one that usually says, this is a great idea, you know, put your feet in, cool off.
And this isn't just one of those round ones. This actually can fit us at our height, so let's take a look. All right, so here we have our inflatable pool, and it's a great way to cool off. You just make sure that you get a foot pump to blow it up, and also make sure that you keep it supervised at all times, you know, from little children or maybe even your pets. But talking about pets, little Hurricane, he needs to cool off too. So tip number 2, the one thing I love about this favorite resort that we go to is at nighttime they have a fire pit, and it's so relaxing just to sit outside and watching the flames and that sort of thing. And also when you go camping, you know, you can roast marshmallows, and you can also, you know, roast hot dogs and things.
And there's just something mesmerizing about watching a fire, I mean a controlled fire.
And also, you know, there's that aroma too of the wood burning, and anyway.
Love that.
But what are we talking about right now? We're talking about a backyard in the city. Well, a lot of backyards, you have to check your regulations, but they do allow a fire pit that is in a controlled environment. Of course, keep it away from any flammables, fences, that sort of thing. But let's just sort of show you what we've got here and how we love our outdoor fire pit. So here we have our portable fire pit. You can see that it's got a great screen over top for those evenings when the fire is really glowing, and it keeps the sparks from flying all over the place. It's romantic, it's wonderful, it's summery, and a great addition to your home. So tip number 3, I find it amazing when I go to a resort, you know, for a week, how I'm looking at, you know, the puzzles, and I'm looking at the cards, and I'm saying, hey Bill, let's have a game of cribbage or something like that.
There's usually, if you go to some like cottage or resort, there's usually a room, and they have all the, like you just said, all these Trivial Pursuit and puzzles and all these Chinese checkers and stuff. So
one of the things is he's kind of like a crib master, though. He's pretty good at crib, but we also bought a puzzle, and actually I did a video on the other channel, youtube.com/awesomeover50, where I talked about 5 relaxation ideas. So there's 4 more over there, but let's talk about this puzzle and take a look. So here we have the puzzle that we're working on, and as you can see, it's a Van Gogh or a Van Gogh, I think that's what they call it, but we have put this on a cardboard. And that way we can take it in and out of the house as we want to. It's a beautiful day today to work on a puzzle, and so we'll probably go for a little dip in the pool, work a little bit on the puzzle, dip on the pool, puzzle, you know, like just one of those days that you just wait for all year round. But let me tell you a little bit about 3 things about this puzzle. Number 1, this is 1,000 pieces, and we got it at Amazon. So what we're going to do is we're going to link below a lot of the things that we're talking about, including fire pits and all kinds of things. And so they'll be below underneath the description. But also, this came with an actual outline of this itself. So, I mean, yeah, you know, there's people that will do like a puzzle that's just one big flower and it's very difficult, but kind of takes the fun away from it when you can't even get one thing started. So this really, really helps. Now, Bill, my guy behind the camera there, he picked out something out, didn't you, Bill? And I was kind of reluctant to go for it, wasn't I?
Well, on the back of all the pieces, I'm behind the camera, of course. On the back of all the pieces, there are letters. And the letters, they go from right to left and right to left on the map down there. And it's still very, very difficult, but it kind of gives you a little help in figuring it out.
Exactly. And if you can see the sky here in this puzzle, we've left that till the end because that's going to be really difficult. But they just sort of go A, B, C, D, E, F, and this makes it a little bit easier, and it's fun to continue. Now, tip number 4 is evenings in our gazebo. And of course, we've talked about our gazebo before. And if you haven't seen how we built it on a budget. It was like less than $200.
In a windstorm.
And it's still standing. But anyway, the evenings, like the one thing I love about resorts is in the evenings, they usually have a screened-in patio, and you can order a nice cool drink or some snacks. And we figured out a way to do that at home on our own deck. So here I am in the ambiance, having a dinner, protected from the bugs and all the rain and the elements. But instead of a flickering candle, I decided to go this time with these battery operated ones. They're much safer for inside of a gazebo. So tip number 5 is all about the food. Oh my gosh, we love the food at resorts, and you know, everything from a beautiful 5-course, but 5-star dinner at this a resort that we love. But also we kind of love just having maybe a beer and some finger foods on the patio as well.
Well, to me, it's all about, you know, relaxation, being with people you love, having a tasty beverage perhaps, having a little bit of food, and just being in that state of mind that's at rest.
And also the other thing is that these days you can pick up some of your favorite like 5-star dining kind of dinners, and maybe it's a nice celebration of a birthday or something along those lines where you can do the takeout thing. Now we really like the pickup these days over the delivery, and besides, if you're in your backyard you can't hear the doorbell ringing, so it's a lot better to have the takeout. But also what you can do is you can have you can make your own chicken wings, you can make your own finger foods, and we've done a lot of videos on those.
Get the little barbecue going or whatever you have.
Barbecue, absolutely. So and that's another thing they do at the resorts is they have the barbecue going. So why can't we do that too and just have our little resort style? And hey, if you like what you're seeing in these videos, we've got travel. You know, I know you're not maybe traveling now, but we've been to Paris, we've been to London, all kinds of different places. And if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to click onto the subscribe button. And you had a great idea the other day.
And also share the video. I'm sure there's people you'd love to share it with that would love to see it as well.
Yeah, people who really need to, have a little bit more joy in their life, and having a staycation kind of resort style. I think that ticks quite a few of the boxes. So there you have it, and our little Yorkie, he loves being outside in the backyard as well, and usually his favorite place is underneath a tree, right?
You can't blame him, they're very smart.
And he's wearing a fur coat. But if you have any other ideas on how you've kind of made your backyard maybe a little oasis, maybe a little getaway, or even a little resort, just let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear them. And also, we were talking about the summer, and I've got some summer fashion over on our other channel, which is youtube.com/awesomeover50. There's also some makeup for the summer, all kinds of things over there. But you know what? We can still have a fun summer, can't we, Bill?
Oh, it's all what you make of it.
It's what you make of it, even with a small backyard. And so we want you to have fun, keep cool,
and keep it awesome.
Keep it awesome.